Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good morning. Ooh, talk about a plunging neckline. Jeez Louise. Gotta button that up. They're not as perky as they used to be. My pecs, I heard ya. How you doing? Good morning to you. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm Dr. Lauren. Let me get things together. It was a mess around here this morning. Running around. I was a little late. We had some questionable things going on with the calendar today. Like, you ever been triple booked? I was, and I'm trying to get this. I got to have my frequency music, y'all. Even though ooh, that's pretty. Even when it's, you can't hear, but I can. This is the kind of thing where people on American Idol are sitting there going like this, and the people at concerts have their lighters going. I do it with frequency music. Yes. And I'm going to top it off because a lot of things trying to get this day started crooked. I don't think so. This is Frequency Spray by Sound Source. Yes, it is. This is infused with 528 hertz of meditation, frequency of love, bringing balance and harmony to the body. Thank you. Thank you, Sound Source. Welcome. So I don't have very many statements, comments, announcements other than Costa Rica coming up June 4th through the 8th with Charles Maddox over there. The metabolic, not metabolic. What is it we're doing over there? the menopause docuseries. I am trying to speak to the metabolic balanced diet from Jane Polke's Kitchen right here. Yeah, in my 4th month, you guys doing what? Let me put that over here. I can eat today. Ryan Patrick Hunt is in the house today. And veteran, you've heard the name. I'm sure you have. If you haven't, where you been? Where you been? Ryan Patrick Hunt. He's an entrepreneur, retired Army. The AIHR Revolution. He's a speaker. He's an author. And he's here today. He's got a lot to say about a lot of things. Advocacy. He's an ambassador. All things veteran and graduate, or at least we know that he attended Webster University. Going to talk about that. And we have a lot of mutual connections. So let me see. Is there anything else juicy up in here? Okay. He likes to help his organization. They like to help. This is nice. Transitioning military members find tremendous opportunities by aligning them with great companies. Maybe that's you on either side of that aisle. We're going to find out here. We're going to find out, right? I can show you better than I can tell you. So without further ado, let's get him in here. Okay. Hot hell 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. I still remember a thing or two. You guys put some hearts on the screen, won't you? It's our way of saying welcome, welcome, welcome to today's guest. I wish I knew what level of service he finished at. I would have called him on that one. Get in here, Corporal. But I don't even know what we're going to find out. Ryan Hunt on the way.
All right.
Hey, how are you?
We made the cut, and I would like to say this. You know, you're such a patient individual in helping us. You have one of the hardest jobs on the planet with podcasting because you have to herd the cats. You have to herd the cats. And this morning I was one of your cats. So I think we need the bell for that.
Well, there were a couple. You were one of a, what do you call a group of cats?
It's a herd.
It's a herd of cats?
I don't know. I'm saying it now on the internet, so it's real.
I thought that was Wikipedia, but really, is it?
No,
really
it's Bathrobe Moments.
I know it is. It is
exactly.
Hey, is your phone one of those you can turn? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. You did run in. You jumped out. Did you jump out of bed this morning and run in here?
No, I did not. Actually, interestingly enough, I was triple booked, and as you said, and I was actually dropping my daughter off at school.
Oh, well, that's priority.
It is a priority, but actually the show is a priority. So I'm glad that we're here right now.
Well, so am I. So
and it's been a while. It's been actually multiple years.
You've been here before?
I have. About probably like 5 years ago. That's why you're like, I don't remember.
Wow.
When was the last time this kid was here?
Well, you know who I confuse you with a lot. Are you familiar with Ryan Hendricks?
Okay.
Tip of the Spear.
He is the tip of the spear. He is.
You remember him?
Oh, I know him.
Oh, you know Ryan Hendricks? I did a commercial for him years ago. He was on his way to the Jocko show and needed a commercial for his book. And I get, for some reason, because you two are in there, you guys have done a lot of things, both of you. So tell everybody your experience with service. I'm going to dip out for a minute, for about 60 seconds. Why don't you take us down that? Let's celebrate the distance.
You're letting me take over your show. Are you sure?
I give the audience, I give our guest a minute. Oh yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, just get in there and share with everybody. Tell them what you need them to know and what you wake up with on your spirit today, Ryan. And then we're going to go from there and use it as a catalyst to have this conversation. We were
let's do it.
So take it away. Fill the people in, and I'll be right back. Ryan Hunt, you guys.
All right, fill the people in. So a little bit about my military service. I joined in as a 13 Fox, which is a fire support specialist. Sergeant Hunt left right around April of 2001. I went back to college, and we know about what happened on 9/11, 2001. I had a very strong calling, so I returned to the Army as an Army officer and went on to serve a total of 23 years in the military. And during my time as in the military, I always had a creative spirit. And at some point, I was messing around on a TDY trip and accidentally created my first business, which we could go into. But that's really my in a nutshell, that's my service. I served 3 deployments to Iraq, and 1 to the former Yugoslavia, but served at different levels, all the way from being a private to finally retiring as a major in the Army. And yes, I did go to Webster University. I did graduate. I somehow,
tricked him out of that piece of paper, did you?
They tricked me out of out of many pieces of paper.
Make it rain. Right. So,
and not for me, but for them. Yeah.
What was your favorite station? Where was the favorite place you served in? A lot of service people go to all these exotic places. I was stuck at the same base for all those years. Phoenix, Arizona. Never went anywhere. Was stationed in that one place. So what was the most, did you go anywhere exotic?
I mean, I've been to a lot of places. I've been to a lot of places that have been exotic outside of the military. I've been to over 34 countries. But in the military specifically, I mean, in terms of duty stations, I wouldn't call the places I went exotic or exciting or fun. Places I may not go back to again. But in terms of duty stations, I primarily was stationed at Fort Drum, New York, on and off for at least 13 years of my military career. But I was stationed all over the United States, from Fort Drum all the way to JBLM, all the way down to the National Training Center at Fort Irwin, to Fort Bliss, to Fort Riley, and even spent a year in DC. So a lot of different locations, nothing too cool like the Philippines or Thailand, but that's pretty much what I did, along with some deployments overseas, of course.
So we know you kind of, you pointed everything at what happened after 9/11 and your return to service, but you do so much now that you've separated. That's not the case for a lot. A lot of us, when we're out, we're like, okay, I go to the VA for my medical and whatnot. But I can't say that outside of the show and supporting people like Big Country, Brian Conwell, saw him a few weeks ago while I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, speaking. He came and hung out with us, and we did a television special. Outside of things like that, I'm pretty limited. But there are some people like Brian, Robert Garcia, people who
warrior strategist,
and what's his name? The other guy, boy, he's gonna kill me if I don't say his name.
Podcast.
Yes,
Richard Kaufman.
Thank you. If I had not said Richard, if you had not said Richard, thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, Richard would have felt.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't know who you were talking about.
Richard Kaufman.
Sure, the comeback coach.
Let's
give him a ring for the comeback coach.
Yes, and again,
we need another one.
Right,
we need some vibration spray for that one.
Absolutely. So what is it, Ryan, that makes some service members, when they get out, they can't let go? They just want to continue being of service and bringing attention to things that need to be done a little bit better, maybe changed out altogether. But what is it for you that keeps you so invested in working behind the scenes now with the veteran community? What's that all about?
Well, I think the most important thing is having a calling. You have something that you feel inside. It's a little bit altruistic, and I'm definitely 100% altruistic in nature. My leading value, whether it's business or personal, is collaboration.
Mm.
Without collaboration, you know, there's no way to really unite, to grow, to empower, and to elevate what we're doing out there. And so as I look across the space, the veteran community, which doesn't just include still serving veterans, but also includes the military spouse and proud patriots, veteran advocates, you know, I want to make sure that it's not just about my service, really. I think I've done a lot of community service over 2 decades.
Yeah.
It's more about, as I made my transition, understanding the challenges that are out there and understanding that there truly is a huge mountain that's in front of us and that we need Sherpas. We need people that are going to help us to continue to make that climb and to get to the next summit, the next apex. So a lot of people have done that for me. A lot of people have made me as successful as I am, veterans and also civilians, but particularly in the veteran community, organizations like Institute for Veterans and Military Families that has just some amazing programs out of Syracuse University. They've done some just amazing things for the veteran community, and they're not just the only one. I want to make sure that I'm not just plugging IVMF, but there's, you know, Rosie Network, there's Warrior Rising, there's all these great programs and organizations trying to give back. So as I have been through these programs, it's occurred to me that I need to also give back to the veteran community, and it's important to me. My brothers, my sisters, and also the families and patriots, you know, they've given so much to this country over the last few decades, and this is a good time for us to give back. It's not my primary, you know, that's and let me put it this way, it's a line of effort of the things that I do, and it's definitely integrated into everything that I do.
Yeah.
You know, my primary business is not to plug it. I'm not trying to plug it, but I'm just saying, just for
Oh,
information, is 10th Mountain Recruiting,
are
which
you sure you're not trying to plug it?
what's that?
Are you sure you're not trying to? It says on the screen you're pitching a shameless plug right now. So,
Shameless plug, no, because
so
I have I want to build up to these different things that I do and how I'm supporting and how maybe you can get involved. And one of them is 10th Mountain Recruiting, but that's not really focused too much with the veterans. You know, we did have 8 offer letters that went out in the last 2 weeks to veterans, which was amazing. So we're doing some great stuff there with my team. And we also do a virtual summit, which we hold every year, called the Veteran Social, or Veteran Social Summit is a longer name for it. And that really, the mission of that, the purpose is really to grow, unite, empower, and elevate the veteran community.
when is
So
that coming up? Is that coming up soon?
we're
Yeah.
actually we're 4 months out, so it's on 12 and 13 September. But the wait list is open. There will be limited seats for it, and it's actually filling up pretty quickly.
I
And
thought I
we were,
saw something about this. Talk about that. When? What's that? What's that all about?
I mean, it's in December of 2024, we held Vet Social 24. It had over 1,000 people attend it, which was just amazing, all virtual. We had over 25 speakers, and the speakers I felt were just such high quality people that really wanted to bring the value nukes
Mm-hmm.
and really bring that value to the veteran community. And I was blown away just by the collaboration that occurred for that Vet Social 24. This year, I'm really excited. We opened up the speaker call, I think within the last 4 or 5 days. We already have 28 just amazing speakers. We're looking to really cap that out right around 50 speakers over a 2-day period. We're also
Wow.
going to have a hiring fair to boot on it, but the overarching theme is pathways to veteranpreneurship. But the veteran community, to me, it encompasses really everybody. So it's open to everyone, and from speakers to attendees. There
You
is
said
free access
September.
to it. What's that?
You said this one is in September.
It's in September, 12 and
Now, is
13
this
September.
virtual? Or is this one in person?
This
And
one, we may have an announcement at the end. We may have an announcement at the end of Vet Social 25, but this one is 100% virtual, and we are across 7 or 8 virtual stages all happening at the same time. This is a major production. If you knew where I started with this thing, this is a major undertaking, but it's going to be amazing. So much value, and guess what? Free access. So that is the amazing part. So come watch it, come speak at it. Dr. Lauren, come on, let's do it. Let's ring the bell for that.
Well, sure. Where do people find out? Well, how do we get people closer to it?
For sure. So to learn more of what I'm talking about, really dial it in, go to www.veteransocialsummit.com. So veteransocialsummit.com, veteransocialsummit.com.
Okay, we're gonna hold on, you guys. We're gonna take care of this for you now.
Yeah, but let's bring it up.
Let's do a banner real quick, and then we'll go ahead, you guys, and drop it in your comment section before the end of the broadcast today. So how's that? So hold on, I'll take care of this right now. So repeat it for me again. You said
www.veteransocialsummit.com. veteransocialsummit.com.
Okay.
And that's one of our projects. We also have what I call a passion project, but it's really taking flight, which is Veteran Lifestyle Magazine, with co-founded, and all this is really a collaboration with so many people. I'm going to miss some of them, but Veteran Lifestyle Magazine is a collaboration with the co-founder, Annette Wittenberger, who's also been on the show a few years ago.
Yeah.
And she is an author. A Wild Ride Called Life is her overall, her personal brand. And she's just out there doing some great stuff. Last year, organically on the online publication, we had over 240,000 views. That doesn't include all our social media reach. But that to me was a big surprise and a big success for us. And we were invited, for example, to the inauguration with our press passes, but unfortunately the weather didn't permit for that. We didn't get the rotunda invite, but we've been invited to some just amazing events and just really getting out there into the veteran community, trying to bridge the gap between the veteran community and also the civilian community, which is just amazing.
Let's talk about that. I'm going to steal that word from you. Amazing. Hi, John. John Krotek's in the house.
John.
Yeah.
If you don't know John, oh my God, I just got elevated. But that John, you don't need vibration spray when you have John Krotek in the house. You need to ring the bell for him. Yeah, you haven't talked to John? You need to talk to John.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Been a minute though.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. He's straight out of combat.
We need to get him back up in here.
And here's the other thing. John has been a speaker at the Vet Social twice now, and just brings so much of himself and so much of that spirit, that energy to the fight. So I'm glad that he's on here watching this.
There he is. Nice.
Yes. Look at that handsome guy.
Yeah, good to see you. So
look at him.
Let's talk a little bit about this veteran community, and a lot of people still have some issues. There's still some what word should I use? There's a little, let's just say, people aren't that happy with the way veterans are treated still. I liken it to the same thing about foster care. Here it is, 50 years since I entered that system, and still kids are being handed trash bags. I just got to scratch my head and go, what the hell? So as far as the way veterans are treated in the United States, how do you feel about that? There seems to be a lot of things going on about it, raising awareness, this and the other. But you personally, Ryan,
personally,
how do you feel?
I mean, personally, on the internet and open to everybody. Sure. Mm-hmm. No, I want to attack this question a couple different ways. So First off, I think that we as a veteran community really need to start talking about empowerment and how we empower our community. I think a lot of the time the narrative is so negative and not empowering. I'm sorry, I'm a caveman, by the way. Um, getting
Mm.
a getting a graduate degree did nothing for me. Actually, I think my spelling's worse now.
Join
Um,
the club.
so I think we need to empower the veteran community. Period. We
What do
were
you mean by that?
soldiers.
What do you mean
We were
empower? How? What's going on? What do you mean?
empowered by education and empowered by our mindsets, by our mental health, by our overall well-being. We need to vibrate ourselves into higher frequencies. So if you feel like you're down here, you need to understand, one problem with the veteran community is you begin to transition out, you lose your identity. We always hear, I've lost my identity. And what people are looking for, people that are transitioning out are looking for, is their tribe. So it's very important that you are able to find your tribe, and we're here. We're here on the other side. After you go through the light, we're here on the other side for you.
Carolyn.
And you have to realize that. Now, on a more civilian personal level, sometimes it's easy to think that, people don't care about the military, or they don't care about me or my service. And you just have to understand that it, it they may not actually is the truth, but
You just think,
also
yeah.
eh, people have their own lives, and they may have not felt the calling to serve, and that's fine. That's why you went and served, so that they could sit here and they can enjoy, their lives. And I can watch the people with the strollers walking down the streets today. I'm in
Right.
Chicago, okay, and I'm not gonna I don't I'm apolitical, and will remain this way, but I will say Chicago's a different animal altogether. I don't feel like it's the most
How
veteran
so?
friendly.
I wouldn't know. Oh wait, I
I
live with
know.
you. Yeah.
I don't think it's the most veteran friendly, but I say that, and it's actually a little ignorant, because there are a ton of veterans in this city. Tons of veterans in
One thing
this.
I will say about
I should
Chicago
say
and
I
the
should say
veteran
land, because everyone always says Chicago, but it's Chicago
Chicagoland
land.
area. I will say this though, comparatively speaking, as far as the VA, Hines in particular, I will say what a difference a state makes. One state over, well, two over really, from Michigan, where I grew up, and used to go up to Battle Creek to the VA. Oh, Shawshank Redemption, y'all. Oh, dead man walking is what it felt like. I would not even go
You know what, the VA
because of the
system
way
here.
it felt, the way it smelled, the way it. I wouldn't. But then here, I love going, and I just flipped how I look at my health and wellness because of the service I receive. I
Yeah.
had no idea the worlds were so different until I moved to another state. So I'll say that.
You know what?
Sure.
I mean,
Not all
I,
VAs are equal.
I get most of my care, although I have TRICARE, I actually use the VA system primarily. And I will tell you, the VA system here is just, it is world class. I think it's world class personally. And I don't want to, I'm going to say it. I don't want to
You
really,
go to Hines?
I don't want to share the secret. I do go to Heim, but actually my primary care is at the Lakeshore VA. It's a little VA that maybe a lot of people don't know, but they get all the doctors from Northwestern come over there, and that's where they do a lot of their residency.
That's the
And
thing about Hines. You got Loyola.
yep, so it's just a very small clinic in the middle of downtown, near Michigan Avenue. So I usually go there for my primary, and then I go
Go
obviously
to
to
Hines
Hines
yeah, same here. I go to
for
Aurora and
everything
go
else,
there. Yeah.
or
So
Jesse Brown.
let's talk
I
about
also
this.
go to Jesse Brown quite a bit.
Here's something I want to ask you about. If John is still watching, to chime in about this. Anybody understand why our veterans don't get dental? Why is it?
Well, there's a couple things. I mean, to qualify, I get dental.
Are you 100% service
That's
connected?
that's where I thought you were going with that. Yeah. So
No, I'm just saying, I believe, if you can get your leg, amputated, or you can get your knee replaced, or you can get whatever else needs to be. And why do they not take care of our veterans' teeth?
Well, they're not empowering you with the information as you're beginning your transition. So one important thing is to make sure that as you're transitioning out, that you're actually going to your dental appointment. And there's no way that I don't feel like there's any way that the dental can be complete. But from my understanding is on the DD 214, there's actually a spot there that says, is your dental complete or not? I don't know. I have to look at my DD 214. And the reason I say that is you get out and you have 6 months, I believe, to actually get some of your dental stuff complete. And then if that's not complete in the 6 months, I believe it carries on. I think. Don't quote me on all that, but I'm putting that out there because I want people to fact check me and to do some research.
Let's go right there. There's the answer. Nobody knows. John said right there, not sure, Doc. Great question, though. The reason I bring it up, I've been going through a thing with my dentist, and I mean, I've got like a $40,000 decision to make. And it pissed me off because I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. On the front end, that's how it was in foster care. Just like when you go to buy school clothes, you're in foster care. Back then, you go to places like JCPenney and Sears with your foster mom or dad or both, and they had a stack of papers. They had to stand there at the checkout. Everybody, all your friends are back there trying to get their clothes and get out of town, get out of the store. And they're, what's all that? How come they got that? And the only two things they wouldn't let you buy with these vouchers, socks and underwear. Like a kid doesn't need socks. One thing you can't go to the thrift store or the dollar store and get, or you don't want to, socks and underwear, but they don't let you. And they didn't do dental. Same thing in the military. You get out. If your mental health, if your physical health, how come your teeth don't matter?
Which
I just don't get it. And every time we bring it up to somebody, or I bring it up, they're going, and that's the end of it. I'm going to find out why, because here's the deal. My dentist he started in the VA. And he says, Dr. Lauren, I've never been able to answer that, and it has pissed me off all these years, and I'm ready to try to do something about it. So we're putting our heads together, and we're going to see how come I need an answer.
We need to work on. I think we also need to work on your disability rating and figure out if we can raise that rating.
Well, that's another thing. That calculator they have, that when people go, and it's like, well, it should be
the whole body concept. It's called the whole body concept, right? Or total body. Our teeth, our smile, everything. Did we not learn anything from the moment COVID came and we were behind the mask? The thing I missed the most was smiling and being smiled at. It's an important part of the self-esteem. So many of us and our veterans, fellow veterans, fall into depression and all the different things that lead to the 222. We all know what that's talking about, the suicide rate. And if you smile, you're headed in the opposite direction. So, yeah, John, socks, underwear, and teeth. John. Nice to be able to smile, isn't it, John, without looking like a jack-o'-lantern? Or, what's his name from, the pirate? Ahoy, mateys, with all his teeth missing. Jack Sparrow. Who's trying to look like him? No offense, Johnny Depp, but I'm not trying to look like a pirate. So I just don't understand. I want us to do better. What else, Ryan? Now you're attached to some nonprofits, right? So one organization I'd love to talk about is the Institute for Veterans and Military Families, currently serving as a Bunker Labs ambassador. Recently, Bunker Labs was bought out by the IVMF and now is part of its portfolio. And so this is a great program. IVMF is a great program offering.
What does that stand for?
The Institute for Veterans and Military Families. And it has so many resources, not only for veterans but also military families, as the name indicates, but specifically for entrepreneurship and also for career progression. So think about this. If you there's several boot camps affiliated with multiple universities. You go to these universities for 7 days. Syracuse University, for example, or I went to St. Joseph's out of Philadelphia, and it's an all expense. It's not why you want to do it, but it's an all expense paid learning vacation where you go there, you get to network with your peers, your fellow veterans, and it's just a tremendous opportunity. And it's all paid for. Hotel, food, they get you fat. I gained 20 pounds when I went to this thing over a week.
I
They were
understand
feeding
what's
me, they were feeding me Philly, they were forcing Philly cheesesteaks every break down my throat. So forcing it, hands tied. But there's,
Mhm.
in all seriousness,
Yeah, we're not
they have
buying it.
they
Sorry.
have some great programs and some free opportunities for AI learning, opportunities for sales learning through some of the top sales courses like Sandler's sales course, top many opportunities to credential, whether it's in human resource or project management. So just a lot of resources that they hand out, that they give hand up really to the veteran community.
You know
So
what I wish I would see, Ryan, more of? There's so many great veteran small businesses. You mentioned Annette Wittenberger, and I remember during COVID, I worked with her on Wild Ride, on the commercial for that. And our friends over at Triple Nickel, Ruben,
yep,
Ayla, and Chris McPhee, and all of them. Black
good
Ops, look at
guys.
what they've done with that, and what they've done with Triple Nickel and the brand, and in all the Kohl's stores. And I remember when we started working together years ago with the Power Symposium, they've donated all of the T-shirts for every single, including our trip to Romania. Triple Nickel has provided the T-shirts for every one of those events, and it's been over 6 years now. And so I just wish that there was an affiliate program for veteran businesses so that we would be able to pass forward a little easier what we know to be true with some of these business. I mean, there's so many wonderful businesses and credible. And nowadays, with so many people promising so many damn things and coming through rarely with any of what they promise, that's one thing I never have to worry about with my veteran business associates, my league of champions, I refer to them, because they're so disciplined.
I call them the veteran Avengers.
They really are. And so I wish there was a way we could come together and just get our directory where people can go in and say, you're looking for something where you're not going to get burned. You're looking for something, an opportunity that's going to give you what you need, and you're going to come out of it with more than you bargained for, because you're going to make great friends, great connections, people who are true to their word through and through. Hire a veteran entrepreneur. We have some of everything. How do you feel we can do better connecting our veteran business associates with people just who have no idea? What can we do?
I mean, again, one pathway to that is through the Institute for Veterans and Military Families. They do have first off, the networking is so robust there. They're touching everything. And another thing is even just more simple is going to their website, which is ivmf.syracuse.edu.
Can you drop that in the chat when you get a chance?
So there, on that website, there's actually a directory of veteran businesses, military spouse businesses that have products and services. So that's one place. I know there's a few people that we probably know mutually that are beginning to form some new directories that have great veteran and military spouse organizations. I can't tell you. I know of a new one, but I was asked not to talk about it. just a few days ago, but probably one of our mutual friends as well. And he's developing this thing out. It's going to be launching soon. I think it's a really great idea. I'm definitely backing it. You'll definitely see us linked in on Veteran Lifestyle Magazine and also on Veteran Social to it, because I'm not reinventing a directory for Veteran Social Summit, minus all the awesome speakers that are going to come to this thing and basically be part of our speaker alumni, as they come through. But these directories are definitely out there, and IVMF.syracuse.edu is one of them.
See, that's another thing. Can I just say it? EDU. What'd you say? VD?
IVMF.syracuse.edu.
That we come out. That's where we need to do better. I'm just saying, because I can't even read a Tom Clancy book. Red Hunt for Red October. I tried. I did. But after my head was just, I had a headache that you don't even want to know, because of all the acronyms and the 2214 CFL dove to a depth of,
I know.
And I'm
I hear you.
I was in the Air Force. I don't know nothing about that. And so what I'm getting at, we use these things that represent, we love us some acronyms.
We do. We
don't explain what they stand for. So people just nod and smile like you're in some foreign country, as a tourist. Oh, instead of saying, what the hell is that? What's that stand for? What does each letter stand for? Because that's how you get past. If you can't get past the acronym, that's just like when people used to think I was just a case, a file, a client number, not a child, not a person. That's why I didn't have socks and underwear. You know what I'm saying? Files don't wear socks nor underwear. That's what I think's going on. So let's. I think we need to explain what these damn acronyms mean. And so tell me again, the organization that I stands for.
Okay, so IVMF is Institute for Veterans and Military Families. Institute for Veterans and Military Families.
And military families.
And they're based out of they actually have a beautiful building in Syracuse University on the campus.
Syracuse University. Okay.
So that's what IVMF.syracuse.edu. That's the website, and they're part of the Syracuse University. So that's them. But they're doing some great stuff.
Okay, when you use the what do you call them again? IVMF. The acronym. Yeah, when you use
I'll tell you. Don't worry. I actually had to sit in the mirror and practice IVMF.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, if you have to practice that hard to memorize it, what about when you're speaking to the people who need to know what it is and have no?
Well, I lead in with the Institute for Veterans and Military Families, but I can only say that about 5 times. I mean, think about it. That's a lot of work.
I guess what this is leading to is I think we can do better with the way we communicate without industry jargon. Jargon. If I'm talking to a doctor and they don't talk to me where I'm at and break it down, I'm going to walk out more confused and dazed than the version that walked in, and not so.
Well, that's me every day, Dr. Lauren. I'm a caveman. So.
Thank you, Robert Brooker, for putting the acronym in its fullness inside the chat. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Because
okay, John's got to bug out for now. Keep beating the drum. You're a good man. What the world needs more of. KGB. Keep going, bro. There's another acronym. Leave it to John. There you go.
Of course.
Thank you for that. And we will. See, make it plain. You
better get him on your show, Dr. Lauren.
He's been here. If he wants to come back, raise your hand, John. If you want to come back, let me know. I'll reach out. I miss him. It's been a minute. It's been about 4 years, I think. We got to get him back. Back to the Veterans Social Summit, which the VSS is in the HOUSE. That didn't rhyme.
Exactly. The VSS is in the FB on the LI,
On the LinkedIn. Yes, okay, I got that one.
On the
So,
PD, the parade deck, on the many other things coming
on
our
the
way.
many other things. So
We're
we
actually
want
going to be
people.
streamed on Reefs Across America Radio as well, which is
We
pretty
want
cool.
you guys to head over there. We really do, and check out what Ryan and the team have going on. If you want to speak, if you want to be spoken to, if you want to be connected in any way inside this wonderful
And
opportunity.
you just had one of my homeboys, one of our community managers on your show, I think last week, Joe Palacio.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
He's also a part of my team too. So I was glad to see that you both connected and had a very spirited talk last week. I think it was last week.
Joe. There you went out again. Okay. Yeah. And we have something else in the works for down the road. Really a great time. Just love the guy, really do. And we want to celebrate you and thank you for all of the work you're doing. You know, Mr. Kaufman, Richard, John Krotek, so many, Dumphy. There's so many, John Duffy. There's another one, John Duffy, always so many, and I don't mean to leave anybody out. But Brian Big Country Conwell, Robert Garcia, Annette Wittenberger, all our friends over at Triple Nickel, and the list goes on and on. We want you, if you guys, I really, when you're looking for, this is the Better Business Bureau. They might as well put their stamp on 99.9% of the veteran-owned organizations because they are vetted. And I'm telling you, not just veterans, but vetted. And I want to thank you for all you're doing and continue to do to bridge that gap. We all need to do better. We need to, as veterans, learn to do better. Learn from people like Ryan and the others that I've just mentioned. And bridge the gap. I love that. And I want you to send people my way. Every time you feel, make me accountable and say, get over it. Remember, I'm knocking on your door, Dr. Lauren, because Ryan Hunt sent me and said you wanted to bridge the gap.
We're going to do that. We need to, and after this, we should definitely link up some point, have some coffee or whatever
we're
you're
right
drinking.
Here in Chicago together.
I know.
No
Come
excuse.
on. What are you doing to me? We should have coffee once in a while.
We should
just do some chit-chatting.
Yes, and make things better. Take it to an all new level. I want to thank you. I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you. You're awesome. And I watch your show a lot. I always love hearing the bell. I always try to in the comments. I'm like, ring the bell.
Everybody loves the bell. I do too. It reminds us that the truth has a ring to it. And there's been a lot of ring to the truths in here today. So I thank you for that. I really do.
I thank you. I appreciate you always.
I'm going to do better. I promise, my man. I do.
You will. You will. And we can't wait to see you on the stage at Veteran Social.
I'm going to be there. Let me stay backstage for a second so you can tell me how to get that hooked up. And then we'll get it. And then I will remind all of you as we move closer to September that this is coming up. In the meantime, head over again, scrolling underneath as we speak, and also inside your comment section here in just a moment, www.veteransocialsummit.com. Head over and check it out. I want to thank you all for being here today and for bringing it every day, Monday through Friday. I couldn't do it without you, and I certainly won't want to try. So let's commit to continue showing up every day as our best selves. Now, listen, get out of here. Get out and find an E and an R. It's all it's going to take everything from great to greater, bright to brighter, strong to stronger, and my personal favorite, kind to kinder. Now, don't you dare let my screen door slam on the way out. Join me tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., God willing, over on the front porch. Andrea Harrison, along with LaTierra, will be here. Miss Wise, LaTierra Wise. They're published authors. They're international speakers. They're two women on a move with a mission. And if you want to find out how they got their books from here into the world in about 30 days, show up tomorrow. We got something for you. I'm Dr. Lauren, and I say it every day, and I mean it. I absolutely love you all, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So take that with you and have the best day ever. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Backstage, I want to get hooked up to the summit, and we'll get that done. Get her done. Bye, you guys.
Get her done.
Have the best day ever. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time.